What's up, everybody? Welcome to week number 4 of Tuesday Night featuring Fortnite, presented by Fanatics. My name is Bill Jump Carter. I'm joined with the ever illustrious, ever so perfect hairdo, Mr. James.
I did it myself.
Lee.
I did it myself.
You did.
Which is the fantastic thing.
We did our own hair. We dressed ourselves. Our mothers can be happy.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, man?
I'm fantastic. We're on to week number 4 now of Tuesday Night Fortnite. It's been amazing seeing the kind of difference and variations of play styles that have been going on since then, and it's great to see the kind of evolution of like the players interacting and stuff too. It's great.
It is. Well, for those of you that are wondering on what the whole heck this thing is, we've got Tuesday Night featuring Fortnite. This is an opportunity where we have some of your favorite streamers and some of your favorite NFL players coming together, having some fun over Fortnite, and it is Challenges, which is the name of the game. As you can see in the bottom of your screen, there is an extension below. You mobile users, click on that little puzzle piece so you can get yourself involved, and those challenges will then award you points, because at the end of the day, points is what wins you those games.
Yeah, so we have 75 minutes of regulation time. Now, victory royales, they will get you points, 150 for first, all the way down to 25 for fifth. But eliminations, we're seeing a lot of players go for the eliminations where it's 15 points per elimination. So those just can rack up. And that's where we see the kind of differences in styles and how teams want to play.
And again, it's not just all about the finishes. It's not all about the kills. It's also about the objectives. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you have the opportunity to vote for those objectives and who you want the duos to be actually doing. So below in your screen, the first 3 options that we have available are live, and it is going to be 3 separate rounds of voting. So we have the first voting that's open now. Following that, 30 minutes will be another round, and then the final 15 minutes of the broadcast, they'll have an opportunity to get themselves a third. But again, we've been talking about the Fortnite aspect, but we can't forget the NFL players. This is in promotion of the Thursday Night Football matches that you can actually have on Twitch as well as Amazon Prime. Each and every week, we feature 2 players from the 2 teams that will be playing with each other. This week, it is going to be the October 23rd, which is nothing other than the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. And as we saw, it has been a little bit of back and forth as far as who actually won on stream here on Tuesday Night Fortnite, as well as who won on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, this week it is the battle for the Bay, but in the past, right, we did get to see the teams match off. And the first week winners, we did have Skeptic Jay Ajayi of the Eagles actually defeating the Jets later on the next week when they played on Thursday Night Football. But our most recent result, of course, was the Broncos versus the Cardinals, where the Broncos did actually end up winning, but it was Nick A and Pugh who ended up winning.
You just combine them.
Yeah, I did.
They were playing so well there as if they were one person. But of course, it's not just for the fame and it's not just for the glory, but they're also playing for charity. Now, the winning team, that NFL player, will then be able to donate themselves some money and some delightful things over to different charities. We had week number 1, Ajayi actually gave it to the Ajayi Foundation, which gives an opportunity to give back to kids in real life situations, whether it be children, households, and communities. And then you take a look at the week 2 winner.
Yeah, we talked about it. Pew, along with Nick A 30, they took the second week victory, but Pew is going to go ahead and make his contribution towards the Children's Hospital of, I believe it's Philadelphia. It's very close ties with him. He grew up in Philadelphia. His sister, I believe, also works the Children's Hospital, so it's very close to him.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and not only that, but we had the winner from the last week. Is actually going to be doing relief for Hurricane Michael. So stay tuned on which exact avenue he's going to be going there. But each and every week, they give an opportunity to play Fortnite. They give an opportunity to give back. And I think being able to kind of bring sports, bring esports, video games, just the camaraderie that you find in this, and being able to give to charity kind of speaks to this event as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, we get to see that there's, less of a barrier between sports and video games, that the worlds do collide. And it's no longer like a great schism, right, between the two anymore. You get to enjoy it all, and what a great world that we get to live in. You get to enjoy it all.
It is. Well, we want to go ahead and show you guys who is going to be playing today. We've got team number 1 available. It's going to be DeAndre Washington, the running back for the Oakland Raiders, and Noel Miller. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Hey, doing good.
Doing good, man. How are you?
It's going good. Now, DeAndre, you are, from what they're saying, that you're going to get an opportunity to take the field today. Now, I know you've been kind of recovering from surgery on that aspect. As a result, has that kind of given you some time to get some extra time in playing Fortnite?
Yeah, I've actually had a little extra time on my hands, so in between rehab and I definitely been getting my rounds of Fortnite in when I get a chance.
We won't tell your offensive coordinator that you're actually giving us that answer. Don't worry. To his opinion, all you're doing is looking at your playbook and doing the reviews.
And Noel, so this is your opportunity to play with an NFL player. Now, how frequently do you actually follow the league, and what's your favorite team?
I try to watch every Sunday. I'm not watching as much this season. Ashamedly, or I'm not going to say ashamedly. I am a bit of a casual Bengals fan. So shout out AJ Green, man.
You heard the O.
You heard the O.
There.
Yeah, he said, "Oh man."
Now, kind of speaking on kind of this event as a whole, DeAndre, you've played a little bit of Fortnite. Clearly, you play in the NFL. What's it like being able to kind of see this crossover that we're having more and more with kind of Fortnite and sports stars and other celebrities and stuff like that, kind of getting into the fold and kind of making this video game aspect a little bit more mainstream?
I mean, I think it's a good deal. I mean, Fortnite kind of exploded on the scene, man. A lot of people picked it up, and with it being so, diverse, like you said, athletes are playing. Pretty much, everybody's playing it, so everybody's been, had their take on it. So just being able to connect, you know, uh, people together, I think it's been a beautiful thing, and so. I'm looking forward to it, and it's been a fun experience thus far.
That's awesome to hear. Well, now,
Yeah.
the final question.
We have to ask it.
We ask it
Yeah.
every week, and we hear you're a little bit of a memer, Noel, so you might hopefully be able to come up with some gold onto this one. But team names. We always talk about what you guys kind of figure out as your team name. Have you guys got something for us, or what do you think?
Yeah, I got some.
All right, what is it?
Okay.
Tiny Kings.
Tiny Kings.
Tiny Kings.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask for inspiration on this one, please?
Well, on Twitter, okay, I see a lot of slander about short men. And we're just trying to show everyone that there's nothing wrong with being short or medium and being 5'8". There's nothing wrong with that. 5'8" is great.
The national average is what, like 5'9.5", 5'10".
Exactly.
Bill's bringing it up a little bit. Over
I mean,
here,
I'm
but
6'6", so like I kind of
Yeah.
just have to, give you a thumbs up.
I'm
for that one,
5'9.5", so you know
All
what?
right.
I'm with you guys.
The
There we
little
go.
people
Tiny
matter
Kings. Let's
too.
go. Little people.
It's okay.
That is not PC.
It's fine. I wouldn't
All
want to
right.
stand across from DeAndre Washington running the football, so it's totally fine. Guys, thank y'all so much. We'll check back in you with a little bit. Good luck today, and we'll see you guys out on the battlefield.
Nice, man.
All right, thank you.
I definitely would not want to stand across from him.
No.
I wouldn't
No.
want to be a lineman. I wouldn't want to be a safety. I'm going to stand on the sideline and wave at him as he runs by.
208 pounds just barreling. at you.
5'8", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I think he ran a 4.45, I believe it was, in the combine before they drafted him in 2017. So
That's how long it takes me to like.
the only thing I
socks.
can do in 4.5 seconds is like type really fast.
Oh, that's like getting socks out of my drawer and then trying to
Actually,
put the first one on.
if you time when you load into the battle bus and me having to run to the refrigerator to grab a drink and back, that's when I can run
Yeah.
a 4.45. But that's pretty much it.
But is that also because you're like donning your Flash costume at the same time?
We don't want to talk about my Flash costume. All right, this isn't the time.
Okay.
This isn't the place.
So that's for another show.
It is. It's
Yeah.
for another show. All right, we saw the Tiny Kings. You guys got to see a little bit about that. Now let's go ahead and check in with team number 2. We've got Trent Taylor of the San Francisco 49ers and Morgausse, the winner of the summer skirmish. Guys, how's it going?
It's going great. How are y'all doing?
Amazing, man.
Doing amazing. Now, before the show, we got to talk to you guys, and it looks like you guys have a little bit in common. So, Morgausse, tell us, what's your favorite football team?
Probably the New Orleans Saints, just because I grew up in Louisiana.
Oh my gosh.
Well, sorry, we saw the same
I'm
reaction.
just kidding.
We saw the same reaction from DeAndre when Noel said that he was a Bengals fan. So, but it seems like you guys do
Oh,
kind of have a
man.
little bit of comparison. It's apparently you guys both
I'm
grew up
from
in Louisiana.
too, so I can't really like hate him for liking the Saints. I watch the Saints a little bit myself, so
Now,
I'll let that one slide.
Now, Trent, you've been with the 49ers for a little bit. You got yourself decent touches, a couple of touchdowns already this year. What's it been like being with the San Francisco team and really, enjoying yourself as a 49er?
Oh man, it's been great. I mean, all the players and the coaches out here, they're all great people to work with, fun people to be around. those are the people that you're with like 24/7 pretty much. So that has a lot to do with just kind of your overall feelings about the organization and your I mean, for lack of a better term, your mojo throughout the week and going into the game. So I've enjoyed my time out here. We got a good group of guys, and everybody here believes in what we got going. It hasn't been working too well for us so far, but we just got to figure out a way to get the ball to bounce our way a couple more times, and we'll be good. But yeah, I've enjoyed my time out here.
Awesome.
That sounds great. Now, Morgausse, you had the life-changing moment, right? PAX West happens. That the $225,000 shows up on your screen. Life's changing. And life's been changing for the better, I'd imagine. Now, how does it feel today that you get to play with an NFL player playing one of your favorite games, the game that made it all happen in Fortnite?
It's surreal, man. It's surreal. I mean, I could have been 2 months ago, 3 months ago that you said I would be doing this, and I'd have called you a liar. I'm like, no way. Like, it's crazy to see how my two worlds are colliding. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's good. All right, well, we have to ask it. We asked DeAndre Washington, Noel Miller, a team name. It's something we ask guys every week. What do you guys feel like your team is? Now, they gave us the Tiny Kings because they're both apparently 5'8", and they say they got to give love to the short people. So what about you guys? Have you guys come out with a team name and what you feel like you're going to call yourselves?
I'm on the short side as well. I'm sitting with the 5'8" group. But being that we're both from Louisiana, the first thing that popped in my head was the Louisianimals.
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 All right.
Okay.
We've got the Tiny Kings and the Louisianimals. Well, gentlemen, good luck to you guys. Hopefully you'll get some victory royales and get yourself some eliminations as well. Good luck to you, and we'll see you a little bit later.
I like that.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. I like that a lot. I love the Louisianimals. Yeah.
That's really clever. That's actually, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, I'm saving that. I'm saving that for whenever I have to do anything in Louisiana.
See, this is why I like asking these players and these competitors kind of these questions because, yeah, we're the ones on the microphones, but they're the creative ones.
Yep.
Never would I have come up with Louisianimals. So
no, everything we do is scripted. So, I mean, it's great.
Shh.
Oh, whoops.
Don't tell them. Don't
Get rid of
Don't
notes.
tell them. All right. So we've talked about the objectives. We talked about how you have the opportunity to vote. Well, the voting has closed for our first objective, and it seems the winning vote is going to be kill someone with a splode, which is my least favorite explicitly because I'm always the one that dies to the splode.
Yeah, I'm the one that's getting spammed.
It is. So as you can see, we had the first three. Now the next three are available. Dance while your teammate downs and eliminates an opponent. Get an elimination immediately upon landing after using a shockwave grenade, or land and win in Tilted Towers. Now that final one, land and win in Tilted Towers, if there's anybody or there's any crew that's going to be potentially trying to do that, it's going to be the Louisianimals.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. With a name like that, you just have to go buck wild on people, and that's where you do it at Tilted Towers. Now, for me, though, like recently when I've been dropping Tilted, there haven't been as many squads there, so I don't know if there's as much action. But it just depends on how the servers are.
I mean, I just like it because it's just showing how people are finally starting to leave Tilted Towers.
Yeah.
And you're not having to, surround yourself in that. But now's the time for the fun part. Predictions. You have been picking first every single week.
Yeah, so you go ahead.
And as a result, I want to cheat and I want to pick first because it's fair for me because you're definitely better than I am sometimes on these predictions. I'm going to go with the Louisianimals. It's going to be Trent Taylor and Morgausse that's taking it away. Morgausse won the skirmish at PAX West. He is a beast. We were watching him warm up and be able to hit the roof floor jumps, which I hit maybe like 2 out of 10 times, and he hits every single time. So.
Now, see, I miss all the shots I don't take, which is all of them, because I never, ever try that because I'm just going to fail. Even in playground mode, I have not been able to get it down.
But how about you? Are you gonna bandwagon with me, or is it the Tiny Kings?
Ooh, I want to be in the Tiny Kings camp. I do.
Because you're short.
Yeah, right. Solidarity. I got you guys. But I'm gonna have to go with Morgausse again.
They're good.
Yeah. Trenton also looked fantastic.
It is. I was talking to Noel before we were kind of doing our kind of mic checks and everything, and I asked him, I was like, "Are you going to pull out your pro skills today?" And all of a sudden, I heard him rummaging around, and I asked what he was doing, and he goes, "Hey, I'm trying to find them. They're somewhere in the back of my closet. If I find them, I'll let you know." So it's still the point that we did see though from the previous week is that yeah, you might not be the best fragger. You might not be able to get the most eliminations, but if you win and if you get those objectives, you can still find yourself at the top.
And also, you can find yourself kind of just prisoner to the circumstances where maybe you are trying to invest a lot of time to try and get the 150 points for getting Victory Royale, but you don't even place top 5. And all of a sudden, you just wasted about 10 minutes where you could have just maybe reset and gone for the eliminations themselves and gotten more points that way. So it does come down to your circumstances.
It does. Well, guys, while we get ourselves into the game, we want to make sure that we give a shout out to the ones making all of this possible. It's going to be Fanatics. Let's hear a little bit more about them and why you should make sure to go there to get all the top gear.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Officially licensed everything. You guys heard of that first. The world's largest collection of officially licensed gear from all the leagues, teams, and players that you love. So if there's anything and everything that you love about football, basketball, baseball, name a sport, Fanatics has got it, guys.
Can I list esports? Because I would love them to get involved with esports also. So if Fanatics can get that done.
I can just see them watching. All right, well, so, you need to get your Team Liquid
Get some
jerseys.
100
You need to get your Cloud9
Thieves.
jerseys
Yeah, Cloud9,
because
yeah.
they're going to start selling great because good things are going to happen in a couple weeks. Just going to say that there. That's going to happen. All right, let's talk about these matchups a little bit because, again, we can't highlight enough how good Morgausse is. We can't highlight how well of a player he has been over the last couple months. But Noel is not by any means a bad player. He's not someone that can't show up.
The streamers that we bring on, the players also that we bring on, are no slouches in no world whatsoever. They are all competitors, and they all know what they're doing in these games. And so, again, it is just your circumstances, where you end up landing, and if you can end up getting that Victory Royale. Those are the difference makers in these.
They are. Well, guys, we're going to get ourselves right into it. You've got Team 1 on the left. That's going to be DeAndre, Washington, and Noel Miller, the Tiny Kings.
The Tiny Kings.
As we've called them. And then on Team 2, on the right side of your screen, we've got Trent Taylor of the 49ers and Morgausse, the dubbed Louisianimals.
Oh, and so we do have a split off in terms of where they decide to spawn. So Risky Real spawn for the Tiny Kings on the left, and for Morgausse and Trent Taylor, the Louisianimals, they're going to go ahead and, take it down over there by Fatal on the south side of the map. And so it doesn't look like anyone dropped with them, so no eliminations, no points quite yet.
I wonder if Morgausse is going to tell Trent that you only get 1 to 2 wood.
It's not that
Hey,
efficient.
Sometimes you gotta warm up. You gotta get going with the. You gotta get going in the cornfield. I remember as a kid, bucking hay. Sometimes that's just the best way to build some strength up. Get yourself warmed up in the cornfield and get yourself some wood.
Oh yeah, dude, carrying around those bales, those things can be heavy.
Look, man, I would dread the days at alfalfa bales is what I had to do. 80 pounds a bale. 80 pounds. So you see those little bales stacked up? Imagine 2,000 of those every 2 days. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go
I
back
can't
to
even do
Fortnite.
the math on that.
No, you don't
I
want
can't
to.
even do the math on that. How many messes that give you?
I was a very strong kid when I was in middle school.
You were all matted up?
I was all matted up, man.
Okay, good.
All the time. All right, let's talk about these drops a little bit, though. Fatal Fields, it is actually my favorite drop in all of Fortnite.
I love it, yeah.
It is the consistent drop. Sometimes, you have the
they
people that
spotted
do
one.
something different. But just as that, right from the beginning, it looks like Trent went down a little bit. Is he going to get the full finish? He is, so he's going to get him full down, and so now it's going to be all up to Morgausse. We've seen him with the 1v2 many times, and he's going to try to do just that as he gets a nice little 100 damage headshot. He's got himself a couple mats to be able to try to play with, but now it's all about getting the kill on that final Skull Trooper.
Yeah, he accidentally built himself in there, but he does have this pump shotgun, gets tagged, dropped down to 54. He could have reset and gone for, of course, those minis. There we go. He's going to go and reset, as it looks like his opponent might have just actually lost sight of him. And there we go. Tags him for 25, and gotta be careful. He doesn't have too much range, but he's got a lot of poke that he can put off.
Yeah.
He's going to confirm that elimination.
Yeah, that's
gets the
very
1 point.
important.
15 on the board.
Yes, confirming those eliminations because you don't get the 15 for the down. Oh, it takes a little bit of fall damage there. He's going to try to get in a little bit enough. But see, the plays that you actually see coming out of Morgausse right now is why he's such an elite player. Because a lot of players, nice little 130 damage headshot to the dome, but a lot of players do differently from what you see from Morgausse. So every time he would take a shot, every time he would land something, he would build. He would kind of reset the fight. You see a lot of players, especially a lot of casual players, they try to just full finish these fights, but Morgausse, understanding that you need those resets, you need to try to get those quick peaks as often as possible, is able to do that, is able to build, secure himself a kill, and now it's him versus the world.
Yeah, and so that's 2 kills on the board. That's 30 points for them. As we see on the opposite end, Washington, DeAndre, along with the Noel Miller. They don't have anything quite yet. They dropped Risky, and it looked like there was no one around them whatsoever. They might actually have to reset. They're going over to Paradise Palms right now. So as we swap on over to the view for the Tiny Kings, yeah, they're just going to go for the Paradise Palms drop. Looks like they're going to make their way over to... It looks like, yeah, they're going to go over to Westworld, all the way on the south side of the map. So they're just changing up position. They do have people dropping here, so they got to loot fast.
Yeah, I'm going here.
Let's go ahead and actually, while they find themselves down towards these Pleasant Palms area, let's actually try to see if we can do a listen in and see what they're talking about, see how this communication is going at the beginning of this match.
All right. Cool. Yeah, you get that gun? All right, everybody. All right, another fighting over there, so I say we just let them. Come on, man. All right, that's one. He's shooting at you?
Yeah, he's shooting at me.
All right, someone just died. All right, it's 2 of them right here. I'm building up. Oh. Shoot. It's cool. It's cool. Hold up. Oh, wow. 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 That was unfortunate.
Yeah. God damn. Okay.
Ah, that was ugly.
All right.
They got 2 kills already.
Who was that? Them?
Nah.
Okay. All right, they up right now.
So it looks like it's a full reset on both sides.
I think we might have 15.
Noel Miller was able to secure 1 kill. He got a knock, but he didn't confirm that elimination, so he could have tied it up.
And this is kind of what we were talking about with
nah.
Morgausse earlier in the full finish that he was able to have. These are extremely important for them to be able to get these full finishes because that's what nets you the 15 points. I'm actually not sure if Trent Taylor and Morgausse died, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just reset the match. This is something that we kind of talked a little bit about, that Morgausse, as an elite player, has the knowledge of is sometimes, one of your teammates go down, the elite player stays alive, but it's sometimes better to just reset the match because 75 minutes is not a long time.
It's not, and at that point, of course, they were over down at Fatal Farms. The rotations, sure, you can try and run over to Salty, but in the time that it takes you to run over there, that's a minute, maybe a minute and a half, and you don't know if you're going to find more people and get those points on the board, so it might just be safer to go ahead and take the reset, right? Save yourself about a minute of time and just go for another drop, have a chance to pick up 3, 4 more eliminations on a different drop instead. And so it looks like they are going to be dropping on towards the northwest side of the map. Are they going over?
Let's go to Greasy.
Instead, southwest side.
Yeah, they actually split pinged. They decided on Greasy, but they were deciding between Shifty Shafts and Greasy. I like Greasy as a duos drop. It isn't, as my opinion, as great of a squads drop because you don't have as many chest spawns. You don't have as much loot as what you would have kind of at a bigger place like Pleasant or Fatal Fields in some instances. But for something small, for something like a duo here, it's really good. They're also deciding to go more residential side on the southern side, which I also think is great because it gives them a little bit of cover and a little bit more opportunity to get themselves some positioning.
It's definitely more chess-centric here.
Safe, I think, is the easiest way to
You can
put
find
it,
2, 3 per house, and you're relatively close to each other, so the rotations, if one of you guys gets in trouble, it's not far at all, especially at distances. It's like a much smaller scale down, I would say, retail at that point. But they don't have anyone actually near them, so this is going to be safe for them. It looked like they were just completely empty there in Greasy, so it's just some free loot going on over towards both players for now. So they're going to be able to just, farm up safely and then get into the zone. But again, it's that trade-off. Time versus eliminations. You need to make it count.
Yeah, and thankfully, though, they do have an opportunity to get themselves matted up. We don't really try to compare the competitive meta and kind of the competitive structure too much to games and stuff like this, just because it's it's much more far. It's much more casual. It's much more fun. But the great thing about Greasy as well is if you're trying to go for the late game, if you're trying to get yourself in a better spot, there's a lot of different loot from all 3 material types, from all of your metal, your wood, your metal, your wood, and your brick. And so that gives you the opportunity to kind of get yourself matted up. And Morgausse, we know he's a build master. He's actually, I think, comparatively, probably not the best shot out of somebody like a Tfue or like some of the others, but definitely knows how to get himself a build and will certainly build circles around you in a very literal fashion.
Yeah, and so he's over here in the middle.
45,
I call it Bass Pro, you know, right? Because they always have that big fish out sign in front. I don't really hear a chest spawn in there. Okay, never mind. There is one. I just couldn't hear it. And so that's important. You do need these shields coming out from it. Now they could rotate over to, of course, Shifty Shafts to try and pick up some mushrooms if they need to, and if they can't find any more. But yeah, this definitely does help finding those minis. Right now, see what the rotation is, because honestly, again, every minute that they spend here is a minute that they're not spending getting eliminations. While on the other end, DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, with their drop, they were able to pick up 2 more eliminations. That puts them at 45 points, while Taylor and Morgausse, they're sitting at 30 right now.
Yeah. So now we find ourselves a lot slower of a start, actually, than what we had in the last week. It seems like
10 minutes have already gone by.
Last couple weeks, 10 minutes have already gone by. That means we only got about a little over 20 minutes, if not something close to that, for this next objective as well. It looks like Noel Miller and DeAndre Washington found themselves right over Paradise. Now, Paradise still having themselves the rifts. And speaking of rifts, the new rift has actually appeared with the new floating island. Any bold predictions on what we're going to see as a result from this floating island, my friend?
I'm sorry, I was just really enjoying skydiver right there. It's pretty sick. I haven't actually seen that
the
animation
ultimate
yet.
combination of Calamity, a Scarecrow glider, and then Bonesy just chilling out back. I would love to actually find a dog that had the confidence
to go skydiving.
Such as Bonesy. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. They don't care.
I think they might have spotted someone, and so this is important because they have taken the lead. They're 15 points up. They're 1 elimination up. And right now, you see Noel Miller. Yep, he spots him out, tags him. There's 2 down there. He's already got 1 knocked, and now be careful. I was going to go for the explode kill. Remember, that is one of the objectives. That's going to give you 100 points here, but he wasn't able to get the sticky onto him. Has to be careful. Drop down low. Close quarters combat. Not able to connect. There we go. Pulls out the shotgun one more time. That's 2 more eliminations on the board. That is 30 more points.
And it does seem like there are still some other people in the area, so let's go ahead and take a listen in and see what they're trying to strategize through as they try to clear out this named location.
Yeah, I took one of them out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'll snatch that up. And then have that here.
You want to get their rocket launchers?
Yeah.
Get somebody with explosive.
Boom.
Need that.
Oh, you could take all that. So when the guns are colored, they're a little bit better.
Okay.
So like, if you got like the rifle you got now is like gray, you want a blue.
Yeah. A blue one.
Yep.
What's a clinker?
That's like a grenade. If you're not comfortable like using it, you could just drop it.
How you drop it? Oh, never mind.
All right, cool. Yeah, perfect. All right, follow me back this way. Oh shoot, my bad. Here.
I got you.
Boom. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take that little rift.
X.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely that. We're gonna take this little portal thing right here again. Let's go to the right. Oh, did you get in? All right, cool. I see you. Yeah, I see. What's up, chat? You still with me? Oh, where do you see that?
Oh, nah, my bad.
Oh.
And see, you know, we saw this a little bit last week, and it's great to see a continuation of it this week in that you have Noel. He's kind of walking DeAndre through a couple things, you know, helping him out and saying, hey, stick with me, buddy. Buddy system's the best way to go, especially in something like Fortnite.
And I love the forethought, right? Right now, we do have, of course, that epic rocket launcher in the hands of Noel Miller, so he's looking for the 100 points. It's as simple as that. Get one elimination with that rocket launcher. That's 115 points.
Yeah.
So they are going to be keeping a track of that. They only have 16 more minutes for that, but we got to see last week in the Gubba and Will Fuller matchup against Fire Dragon and Minka Fitzpatrick. Fire Dragon and Minka Fitzpatrick, in the last 8 seconds of the match, they were able to get the extra 100 points from their challenge to actually take the victory. So these are very important. So we do have that 4-screen up. Trent Taylor along with Morgausse right now, they did get some eliminations. They're at 60 points now. It looks like they are in a battle here, so this is where they could try and even it out.
Yeah, and when you think about communication, Morgausse's definitely one that can keep that communication high. We've seen him in the scrims. We've seen him in the skirmish quite often. So let's actually listen to him and Trent Taylor and see how they're going. As Trent's able to get himself a nice little knock early.
Yeah, he was just able to line that up easily, and that is going to be 2 eliminations going over to the Louisianimals. That's going to tie it up 90-90, and so after 25 minutes of regulation play, or 15 minutes, excuse me, of regulation play, they are all tied up.
Go for it. Take whatever you want, man. I just need rockets.
Gotcha.
People northwest of us, careful. You got any rockets you can drop? Hey, people northwest of us, can you drop me any rockets?
I don't have any, no.
Okay.
What? Oh, dude, snuck up from behind. Watch out, watch out. Kidding.
Dude, I got pinched between 2 explodes. What am I supposed to do there? We did get the nade kill though, right?
We got the nade kill, right? He's checking on it right now. Dude, you can't jop us out of 2 of them now.
And we've got the Louisianimals on the line now. Guys, it seems like your objective is get a kill with the Splode, but unfortunately, it seems like that Splode got the best of you guys.
Yes, indeed.
We got a grenade kill.
We got 2
Y'all are holding it from us.
Okay, no. We'll see the rest.
We're
not in charge of that.
We're just the messengers, all right?
We're not in charge of that.
I'm killing the messenger right now.
All right. So what's the game plan here? It looks like you guys are taking different drops. This time around, you guys dropped Fatal, I believe, or no, the game before it was Fatal, but you guys are kind of like all over the place. What's your plan going into these drops?
I'm hot dropping now. I'm
Okay.
just gonna frag out and.
Morgausse's upset.
Yeah.
He got third partied. We all know what happens when you get third partied. You just
going risky?
You just gotta to frag out and go. Guys, it seems like you're getting back in the game. We'll let you guys to it. Good luck. Don't forget, you still have a little bit more time to get the full clean kill on that grenade, on that Splode, to potentially get yourselves another 100 points.
Dude. Oh my gosh. All right. Appreciate it.
All right, and during
We all
that
know
time,
the frustration.
Yeah.
We all know the frustration.
Yeah. That guy should be gone. But during that time, during that reset, DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, the Tiny Kings, were able to put on more points on the board. 120-90 now is what we've got. The risky drop going over for the Louisianimals, but it doesn't look like there's any action there. But the Tiny Kings, they're on the left. They're making their rotations. It looks like it's getting down to the last few circles there. I can't quite see how many people are left.
14.
There we go. 14 people
They're
left.
not in a top 5 situation yet.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of opportunities for them. And thankfully as well, you take a look at Noel Miller. He's got a rocket launcher.
Yeah, at best, they are top 7. Or, well,
funny
there are different
because the game
permutations.
is kinda like
They
this.
could be top
see some
12, honestly. But, you know, if it's 6 other
straight
duos
ahead,
there,
like
they're top
north
7.
If we've
But-
learned anything from last week, you and I can't do math. So trying is just out the window. It doesn't need to
I mean,
happen.
if you ain't first, you're last,
this is like
right?
how the game
This is
goes.
very
It's
true.
Exactly. So they just got to go for
Little bit of
first,
action,
and they need to get the Splode
and
kill,
then
and that'll give you 100 points.
Mostly quiet.
Oh, risky reels action though. I spoke a little bit too soon. Morgausse has gone down, and so that's going to be another reset for the Louisianimals.
Yeah, and Trent, believe it or not, we actually got to see a little bit from him earlier. Has himself a good shot, and I think that they're kind of going one side of the spectrum or the other. They're either going really hot drops or they're going really cold drops. They need to do what I kind of called last week of these lukewarm drops. Of there's a couple duos, there's a couple fights that you have to have to get yourself out, because that's what's going to put you in a good position. We saw in the last couple weeks, you either do those hot drops and you do really well. Nick A30 is a great example of that. Or you kind of go for these slow and steadies. We saw that from the winners last week, who won in the last 8 seconds. We see it doing well with the Tiny Kings, with sitting themselves at 120 points. But now things don't look to be going good as DeAndre finds himself in a rough spot, and he's laughing, he's chuckling. Sometimes the best of the jumps just don't work out for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how fast you are, you're not getting out of that storm, and he is going to get knocked. And so it's going to leave Noel Miller in the late game by himself. It's going to be a 1v9.
This is not a time where you reset, though.
Yeah.
This is not a time where you reset. We talked a little bit about that. You're in a top 10 situation. You've already got yourself 6 kills. You've got yourself pretty looted up, as he's actually going to end up falling down. But no, they're going to grapple above him. Not a great position now for Noel Miller. He's going to just hit the body shot, and that's going to do it, though. Luckily, the grappler guy did not predict that one very well, but still, Noel gets the kill. He's still alive. Another 15 points for their team.
Yeah, and he also gets 36 more HP onto his bar there, so that's going to be actually fantastic moving into this next point as they do move into Wailing. He doesn't have any extra shields on him, right? He doesn't have any minis. He doesn't have a half shield or a slurp, but there's a chance for him to find, of course, some mushrooms here, try and get back up to the top. There's only 6 other people remaining besides himself, so this is very close to being a secure top 5, but in the realm of possibility, he could be top 4 here, and with another elimination, he could be top 3. Every single position that you move up in the game, that puts so many more points in your pocket. They're at 135 now, leading by 45 against the Louisianimals on the right.
And the other thing you have to think about it as well is he could essentially get the hat trick as far as point exclamation goes. If he wins, that's 150 points. If he gets a kill to explode, that's another 100 points. Assuming that he gets a kill with explode, which is what you have to do, that's another 15 points. So you're looking at a potential 265 points all within the span of the next couple minutes. Now, things are going to have to be difficult, though, because he will find himself in a couple of these 2v1 situations.
Yeah, he's rotating himself in with of course, that Shadow Stone, and so it can be very important. While you're moving like this, you do leave a trail. People can see you, but he did make it through all the way through Wailing Woods without getting spotted. So that's the important part, especially in Wailing Woods. Anyone could be around any corner.
Supposed to be.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you guys saw it pop up on your screen. There was a Splode kill happening in favor of Trent Taylor and Morgausse. They were able to get themselves the Splode kill, so that's going to bolster them with points, 100 to be exact, ahead now. 190 to 135, but I actually want to make sure that we kick back to Team 1, because this is that top 10, top 5 situation. This is where things are going to really start to get scary for him, as he has plenty of ammo to be able to throw off the mark and keeps himself up that grappler. I like that decision. Try to get himself the high ground, put himself in a better spot. As he comes across, he says, oh, well, there's also another giant build on the other side, so he's going to have to be careful.
I believe that's just the default house that's actually in the northeast corner. That's always there.
Right.
But the first time I saw it, I was like, who built this? Why did they spend 5 minutes here? It is just on the map.
Now,
but yeah.
Is in a top 5 situation. While technically that's not the case, we did see 2 members over there, so that is a guaranteed 1 team, which will mean that he at the worst could get 4th or 5th place, which is 25 points. But 25 points, if we've seen, is not the biggest lead by any matter, as that is simply a 2-kill deficit. As now he finds himself in a little bit of a rough spot. Has a lot of mats though, so hopefully he can get himself a couple more kills and find himself a solid spot. He's keeping out the rocket launcher, knowing I need to get the Splode kill. I need the 100 points for my team.
Problem is,
and he does have the high ground. He's in the middle of the circle here. This is, I don't generally see the circle end here often at all, honestly. To the farthest northeast corner of the map.
It usually goes west towards Risky.
Yeah, but he does have the highest of high grounds against all the teams. So he does have vision of anyone trying to clump up against him. Now he can just wait it out for the other teams to battle it out, and then he himself third parties. Again, this is very tense, because right now, on the opposite end, Taylor and Morgausse, they are racking up the points. They're almost double the points of DeAndre and Noel. They're at 250 right now on the red team for the Louisianimals.
And this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Of this moment is kind of a do-or-die situation, believe it or not, for the Tiny Kings. Because if he doesn't get a kill, If he doesn't get himself explode, that's going to put them so far behind. And as we saw, they've already taken themselves about 15 minutes in this game. So it's going to be down to the wire if they're not. There are two teams.
He has to at least get the explode going.
Yeah, he's got to at least get the explode. Now, it's going to be taps. For those of you that are familiar with Fortnite, if you do have a silenced assault rifle, it's all about the tap game, because once you start firing about 5 shots, your bloom spray becomes so big that the chances of you hitting it are about the chances of you hitting the lottery.
And the circle loves him right now. The next circle, he's dead center of it once again on the only high ground available, and he's taking both sides of it.
I worry about this though, because when you put yourself in a single solo situation, putting yourself too far in the middle and very visible sight, in this kind of king of the hill situation, it puts you in a chance where you kind of can get third party very easily. You start fighting one team, another team concaves on you and tries to get something. So he's going to have to be very careful. He kind of recognizes this a little bit. So instead of going for something, he kind of tries to rotate outside. Still needs to be careful though. Is only sitting on 19 shields, so he can't really get into the extended battles either.
It looks like he's just going to pot up here. Make sure he has control of all the builds around him right now. So if he does get built up upon, he can just edit his way through, build the layers for himself. Now, he does spot one out, tag some shields, but he still hasn't been able to get really critical damage onto anyone. And on the opposite end, there is someone on the other side high ground here.
He has 2 explodes left, Jamerson. So that's not a lot. You can see, a couple little shots, 21 shield coming through. He needs to let that first shot accuracy off a little bit more. Now, he does have 6 minutes left to get a kill with explode. So essentially, this game is the game. It's either they get this and they hot drop and hope that they can get something, or he gets a kill with right now. 20 seconds until the circle decides to have to move again. And I believe on the next circle is where we start seeing the rotating tornado, rotating eye of the storm, if you want to be more technical with your knowledge. So now, kind of just going to have to be the wait game. 4 players left. Not too sure if it's any duos left remaining, so he is at least going to get 4th place, which is at least 50 points for his team. But as you mentioned, they are almost eclipsed double by Taylor and Morgausse.
That's not bad. He has the high ground, of course. He controls it, and as you can see, the north end of the next circle does contain that, and I believe that is his build there. So he can just rotate on over that way. Again, the dangerous part is making those rotations, but since he does have the high ground, he has a few more angles he doesn't have to worry about once he gets onto the plateau. He knows one person is across the way from him. There should be another one to his southeast there, just below the ridge. But he's got to spot out the 3rd person. This is where information is key. And so he's going to make his move now, 30 seconds before the storm does start moving.
Early rotations are extremely important right now, because as a solo player, you rotating late, especially on 2 players that get themselves thought up, are going to be very difficult for you. So he does a really good job here. Oh, no, he falls down. He does have the grappler, but I think it's more of kind of just seeing where his opponent is. Oh, he's able to get the kill. That's a lot of damage on him, but now he's going to have to get it. That's it, but that's not going to be a kill with the explode. So unfortunately, he doesn't get it locked. And is there any heals for him? No, there's not. That's going to be a really difficult situation for him. He's going to have to try to move back up to where he wants to be. Oh, yeah, now he finds himself, I believe, in a 2v1 situation. It's going to be do or die. Hopefully, this is a 2v1 because he needs the extra 25 points. The explode's coming out from the enemy team, but remember, guys, it's 8 health remaining, so things are going to be scary for Noel. He's going to have to pull out a feat of disaster.
Ooh, that was quick. I think it might just be a 2v1. The double ramp did come out, so it could still be feasibly one person, but with the way that they built, I imagine.
Yeah, I think this is a double push. Yeah, you can see one explode coming from one direction, one brick build coming out from top, so it's going to have to be, I think at this point he's kind of just going to fire off these last 2 rocket launcher shots and see if he can by chance get it down, get onto the kill. But again, you have to get the kill with the explode, or else it doesn't work. Yep.
Oh no. He's got to be careful. He's using up the last of his mats there. He does have 2 more grapples in.
Oh, 8 health storm. They weren't able to get it. He's going to try to see if he can get a couple. There's 30 damage on the shield.
He's got to start pushing though. Zone again is pressuring him now. He's got 1 more rocket left and will get knocked down. No fall damage there. He does tag his opponent. Is able to get the knock. That gets him closer now. Doesn't have any more rockets.
Oh, he's out. He finished the kill. Good.
That's 15 more points.
Pick up the rocket launcher. All right, so he's got the rocket launcher. He's got some shields. If he can try to switch and get the campfire, that's going to be a little bit more health. So that's an opportunity for him.
He's got minis below him, too.
It is. He's got minis below him, too. It's a 1v1 situation. He's got about 10 seconds till the circle moves, though. So things are going to be very difficult for him if he's not careful.
And
hopefully.
It is gone.
How great would it be to get a explode kill now?
If he gets
to win the
that
game.
is going to be huge. That'll be 265 points, like we had mentioned.
He can see
spots him. He's got 3 more rockets left. He tagged him. That's a lot of damage. He's got to be careful, though. Storm is starting to pressure.
It's going to be tough.
James, he doesn't have a lot of mats.
Oh, he
knows it's hard.
Down. There we go. He's going to rotate.
Oh.
Yep, I'm in
Now the
trouble.
tree's in the way. That's
It's
more
fine.
mats.
It's fine. Yeah, more
But
mats,
right
it's
now
okay.
he's got about 10 walls
Yeah,
between
and he
all
only
of
has
us.
30 HP.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very difficult for him. Luckily, his opponent doesn't know how to build. There we go. Now his opponent decided to learn how to build. Hopefully, he can try to get him something, but he's got to be careful. 40 mats. Ooh, he's got to use the help. Oh.
He's going to
dang.
take second place, though. And that puts another 100 points on the board.
was
So
close,
that's not
it was
time
close.
wasted. That catches
It
them
was
up to the opposite end of the Louisianos, who
Yeah,
are sitting
man.
at 280, leading
Put
by
them
30
fight,
right
you
now.
put them
Yeah, so it was only a 60-point swing. They were up 120 to 90 after that engagement. Now they find
Right.
themselves down 30. So still a 60-point swing in
if
favor
we can
of
get-
Taylor and
maybe get back
Morgausse.
in,
So it's a
get
solid
somebody
position
made.
for them, though unfortunately there is a minute 45 left now for this final explode. So they're going to have to hop drop and go really quickly. I don't actually think there's enough time for
Yeah, I think
them
we got-
to be able to get the
maybe we
explode
got a
kill. So
little time,
unfortunately,
maybe
that's
like
a
couple
100 points
minutes.
that they will lose. Thankfully, though, getting second place at 100 points will keep them
Thank you,
within
everybody.
striking distance of Taylor and Morgausse.
Do you think he might have
I'm
overcommitted
trying.
on the Rockets? If he had taken out the AR and got the elimination
I think
there,
in my, I think
that
in-
would have been 50 more points and 15 for the elimination.
I
That's
think
65.
in my head, I think you drop the grappler,
Yeah.
or you drop the
someone's building up
assault
right here.
rifle, and you pick up the shields. I think in that
Those
situation,
minis.
I think the minis, you need to get the mini
let's
shields. You
get the
need to
zone
get the
actually
effective health, because then sure you can spam stuff. Because
he's
he,
got a
you
quad
also
up
have to
on
think
top.
about he didn't pick up
Building
any of
up.
his opponent's mats
Yeah.
either.
I'm right behind
So as a result, because
They're
he created
fighting.
the build battle to be able to
Yeah.
get that first kill that he required, he wasn't able to pick up the extra materials. That puts you in a rough spot. I think you're right. He kind of tunnel visioned a little bit too hard, needing to get that explode kill.
Yeah, and his opponent honestly did do a good job of rocketing out his campfire, making sure he had no more healing. The campfire still had about 10 seconds, 15 seconds left. But let's go ahead and go in for a listen-in right now
Nice.
to the Louisianimals as Morgausse
Good
finds
stuff.
another opponent here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gotta watch myself.
Damn, we got some.
I got some looties.
Yep. 295 to 250. They made a little comeback.
Okay. They probably gotta win.
Yeah.
You got any extra rockets off that? Here, I can drop you a mini shield.
No rockets.
Okay, just checking.
I got 2 med kits, so.
Alright, pop the mini. We gotta get to zone. The next zone's about to come out. Looks like, or the next objective, I mean. EMAG gang. Let's get a virus. EMAG gang.
Ooh, watch out.
Good chest right here. Oh heck yes.
What'd you get?
Slurp.
Nice.
People behind us, dude. Let's get in zone real quick. We could probably third party these guys north. They're not gonna be safe either.
Alright.
Maybe coming out of storm. Oh, right here in front of me. Downed one.
Oh shit. That was me.
Okay.
Oh, gold.
Ooh. Yoink.
Nice.
We're getting these rockets too. All right, we're looking good. He has a teammate somewhere, probably in the storm.
Yeah,
Just watch.
that's
Oh, I
what
see
I was
him. North. Dead.
Oh, nice.
Let's get it. He was just one shot in the storm. You
Simple.
see him? Oh, he's got hecky looties over here. Another gold scar. Gold sniper. I'm gonna take that.
I got a med kit for you if you want to take it.
All right. I'm close enough. You can hold on
Get
to
the.
it. Oh, I
get
dropped
that
the
gold
scar.
star.
Okay. Here, you want this one?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Just need some shield if we could find some.
Yeah, if I find, I'll let you know. There's some mushrooms right here you can pick up.
Nice.
I'm getting up on this hill. I don't want to get caught out of safe.
They're right there.
I would get some easy kills too.
Yeah.
They're fighting. Oh, they're like right here, dude.
Yeah.
I downed one from one team. There's 2 teams here though. I beamed that guy up top. This is super one shot up top. Dead.
Got him. Or those.
Nice. All dead.
Nice. Let's go, baby.
We're popping off.
Jeez.
Minis down here?
There's a chug jug.
I
Should I just take that or what?
probably just pop it, honestly.
Alright.
There's another team south. I'm gonna get this airdrop.
I'm taking
real
this
quick.
jug right now.
Yeah, go for it. I'm chilling. Ooh, the next objective is land and win tilted towers. There's a gold heavy right here. We can do that. That's easy. Get over here. We can pop this rift and we'll land on top of these guys.
Alright. Take this rocket launcher right here.
Go for it.
Oh, shit.
Ready?
I only got 2 rockets.
And this is kind of that opportunity that we were talking about of, you know, the second objective being live of land and win tilted towers. Doesn't mean you have to win the game. It just has to mean you win the area. And thankfully, as you talked about, kind of the reduction of individuals that are landing kind of creates this opportunity now for DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, who I wouldn't be surprised if they just drop tilted every game until this objective gets completed.
Honestly, you can hot drop into it, get a few eliminations, and if it doesn't work out, you end up falling as a team.
And you're
just
still
getting
getting
elimination,
everybody.
and you're still getting points.
I know
Right?
I'm
It's
usually
about
more, like,
maximizing your
hype
time,
than
maximizing the points
this,
that you
but-
get. Already though, as
Now I got that
DeAndre Washington
RGF.
and Noel Miller, the Tiny Kings have already dropped.
Big shout out to everybody who
But
subbed today.
it's just Noel Miller left. So he's going to be constantly in
New to my
2v1s
channel.
here as he tries to clear out tilted towers. He's going it one by one,
Oh,
taking
actually-
L's now. We'll see if he can find any more players. He's already
You
got 2
mind
eliminations,
asking,
so
I
at least
forget
that
his
helped,
name.
right?
How do they know, like, if
We'll
we
see if they
won
reset
tilted?
after this or try to go for that W again. Then the last game, they were able to get, of course, 100 points on the board by placing second in their match. They were so close to first, that would have been another 50. But this is a pretty close match right now. There's only, it looks like 75 points separating the two teams, so it can go either way. But we saw just before we left the Louisianimals, Trent Taylor and Morgausse, that they were very close to placing. So this is a very tight game, and we'll see if they can get this challenge on the side of the Tiny Kings.
Yeah, and you see 75-point deficit isn't by any means overcomeable at all. That's literally 5 kills.
Yeah.
It's not an immovable
Insurmountable,
object.
yeah, exactly.
Insurmountable by any means.
Oh,
and
we
so
both have
now
to
you
be
actually
alive.
take a look at Trent Taylor and Morgausse. They've got themselves an opportunity to get a couple extra kills. And I actually want to switch over to them because if you take a look at the kills, or more importantly, you take a look at how
6
many
people left.
Yeah, you take a look at how many players are left. A beautiful little shot coming. It's only 45. Unfortunately, though, he had the double barrel, so it's going to have to come down to the picture.
Oh, the
no!
trap.
He jumps down, and the trap says surprise.
Reset, they reset, but he's safely out. And so
brick.
he can't be saved. DeAndre can get here and save him. But
But I believe
The
there's another
zone.
enemy. Yeah, he's going to have to find somebody else. The zone's coming in.
Oh, no way.
Trent Taylor's trying to get
low,
himself a
should be
couple
able to
extra
kill him.
damage. He's taking a little bit of heart, so you can see the sadness coming out of the face of Morgausse as it's going to be a lot of damage. The
come on,
Calamity will end up
dude.
taking him down. The frustration appears, and that is not the way you do it. They are 4th place. They get themselves 50 extra points, but that's heartbreak.
that is 50 extra points. I know they knocked someone. Did they end up getting the confirmation
Nope,
on
they
that one?
didn't. They
That
didn't.
person is still
Oh, they
stuck in
did.
the
So
storm.
they
I'll be
could
right back,
potentially,
guys.
Yeah.
we actually just saw it pop up on the screen. They
There we
did
go.
get the 15 points.
All right.
So they still got the elimination, but it doesn't matter because that still puts them in a rough spot.
They can reset, and it does sound like we heard Morgausse before when he found out what the objective was, that, hey, that's easy.
Back to tilted we
drop
go.
tilted, that's easy. So we'll see if he does drop for it. I think they already mentioned at the beginning of the day that they're going to just go ahead and start hot dropping and go for these eliminations, which has worked out for them, which has helped them get a lot of those. You saw towards the end, I believe Morgausse had about 10 eliminations under his belt.
And, you think about competitive Fortnite players, you think about the ones that have gone through the grind the way that Morgausse has. Tilted Towers is like your childhood home, You go
we don't
back,
have
you
to be alive,
visit.
I don't
Yeah, you might end up, getting a little frustrated because you don't like the people there anymore, and, you're happy with where you're at. But sometimes you just got to go back and visit. And, this is that opportunity now where Morgausse can get a chance to do that as back to Tilted they will go. But in the meanwhile, we find ourselves back with the Tiny Kings, DeAndre Washington of the Oakland Raiders, and Noel Miller as you got a nice little auto sniper coming in of Noel, and hopefully they can get themselves the win and they can get themselves this objective.
This is about time, though,
gone.
that
Get outta
players
here.
start rotating back into Tilted now as the zone closes right outside to the northeast end of it. You saw him sniping down the barrel, spotting some players
my
out
God.
here.
So if they leave, does that mean that they won Tilted Towers?
I mean,
Technically?
if you
Does
got
it
some
technically if
elimination-
they're not there anymore?
you got some eliminations, and as long as no one's there, right, you technically won it, I guess, at some point. But it's all up to the refs. Our refs decide how the points go and if you've completed the objective. So we're going to wait on that call. I'm not going to make that call again.
So if a bear drops tilted and no one's around, does he actually win tilted?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Are you trying to leak something?
No, I was just trying to
Next
make
update,
a really
we got bears?
terrible. I was just trying to make a very terrible line off of an old bear in the woods joke, but you didn't get it. So now
he stood still.
Oh, doesn't get the headshot, so it was only 75 damage.
He's gotta be
150, I think 150 actually might have been able to. Actually, no, if 150 wouldn't have got the down, it would have done close. But still,
It depended on how many shields he has. Like, we don't really quite know.
75 plus 100 full health though was 175, so he'd still have 25. Right. See, there's a reason why we don't do math games. There's a reason why we don't do math. We don't try to do math. As now they still find themselves now. Remember, DeAndre Washington's out at this point in time, so it's all up to Noel Miller to kind of get that. If I'm him in this instance, I actually probably wouldn't have shot. I probably would have kind of waited and seen if he kind of gone through. But thankfully, there's still some extra chests around as is trying to get himself looted back up.
Yep, some minis, that's helpful, I guess. He does have that big shield that he's going on to, so decisions have to be made. There we go. He's going to go ahead and drop it. That's effectively, 75 effective HP over the 50 of the big shield. Oh, okay. He didn't take any fall damage there. That's good. But yeah, I agree with you in that situation. Even though that guy was standing still and the shot looks juicy, there's a chance that the two people that he had seen beforehand on the north side of Tilted Towers there could have just gone ahead and third-partied him. He was standing out in the open. So it was a dangerous play, but he didn't get punished for it. That means, of course, there are some eliminations here sitting on the table. It's that Calamity again. There we go. That's time. It's going to connect.
Nothing better than a heavy sniper to the dome.
Man,
unfortunately, though, he's not able to get enough of visual.
It's the heavy sniper, though. Take out the wall
and
then shoot him.
He does. But now he's got somebody else kind of fighting him. And again, these are those opportunities where he can try to get something. Thankfully, it looks like they're going to try to soft peek. Oh, he's not able to get the shot. A couple brick builds trying to come out as he tries to get a little one bite. Oh, it looks like they're trying to go across.
Yeah, the zone's coming in. They are on the slow side of the circle, so they can take their time there. And, of course, they easily outrun it. But it looks like he was not able to convert on that knock. They got the res off. The rotating on in. There's a knock onto Red Salmon Socks. Now, this is where you kind of have to, like, outweigh the benefits, right?
Yeah.
18 people remaining. 18 people remaining. You're so close to getting, of course, top again. But during that time, Taylor and Morgausse are getting points on the board. That's a huge snipe.
Yeah, that's a sniper shot to the face. And as a result, you're going to see them just try to push in. This is that opportunity that they have. He needs to be careful. He probably should build around and try to get himself a little bit.
He needs to reset. He's got minis. He can get himself 50 more HP. He's one shot right now. He's got to be careful here. There it is. He falls.
Not going to be able to get it. He falls down. You can see the frustration. There's only 34.5 minutes left in this game. So these are those opportunities where you have to be careful. Just over 20 minutes left remaining on that second objective. As now we take a look back over to the Tilted squad. It's going to be Trent Taylor and Morgausse as they find themselves in Tilted Towers. 3 kills, it looks like, have been able to happen by... Yeah, it's 3 kills going down for Mike Morgausse. So, again, they find themselves at 450 points. And, this is starting to become kind of similar to what we saw in week number 2, where Nick A30 and Justin Pooh were able to,
get on top, so
get themselves a couple extra kills just by pure eliminations.
Is that us?
And Morgausse's definitely one capable of doing that.
Oh, there is a porta-fort on top. You got to be careful trying to push that high ground right now because of the angles. Instead, he's going to try and spam with these nades, but did he quite get it? We're going to go ahead and listen in as they take this fight.
You got me. I'm weak.
Yeah, I'm backing up. I'm getting on top of apartments.
All right, I'm about to try to come find you. Shoot. I really don't want to walk over there.
They're low. They're so low. I down one. The other one's one shot. I'm pushing.
All right. Damn, I don't have any mats. I don't even have any mats to get up there.
So he's in here somewhere with a double barrel, so I'm a little scared.
Alright.
He's in the middle. Got him.
Nice job. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, dude.
Come
All right,
on.
I'm kidded, but I got no shields.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now too.
Tag that guy pretty hard. Ooh, careful, that guy on the right has a sniper, I think.
Dude, I'm struggling right now.
I shot the guy for his shield.
Ah,
Dude, I would love. Oh, I got minis. Thank goodness. I can drop you a mini down here if you want it.
where you at?
In the shop. There's also a bandage down here. They're both in there. The shop outside Trump.
Alright.
Little 2-story, 3-story. Alright, I think I gotta push this. Oh, they're low. Guy's lit. They're shooting me. You should have free back shots on him.
I'm coming. Should I heal up or come over there? I'm
Up to
coming.
you, man. Oh, dude, they actually beamed me. One's super low. There's a guy right in front of me. Southwest. Bro, I just have no mats. He full killed me. One's at the bottom right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good
I
try,
didn't
dude.
really saw me.
Alright, we gotta queue up real quick. Dude!
495 to 295. What did I say? Didn't even realize it.
That grapple.
Yeah.
When you get beamed, you just get beamed. I mean, you heard it from Morgausse. Sometimes you just have those moments, and it kind of doesn't work out.
And sometimes, yeah, you also neglect to farm, right? When you're in the heat of the moment, heat of the battle there, you're not able to farm as much, or you're just overcommitting on these materials and use up a lot, taking one fight, and for the next one, you just don't have any, which is one of the problems he also ran into after pushing the people on Tilted Towers on HQ in the middle building, tall building there. So they're going to reset. They still have 15 more minutes to try and get this challenge done. While it looks like on the opposite end, Noel Miller and DeAndre Washington of the Tiny Kings. I don't know if they dropped Tilted. No, they did not. It looks like they took the factories just north of it, to the west of Loot Lake here. And so they can go to the floating island if they want to, but it looks like they're just going to try their best to loot up. But, you know, this isn't a normal drop for duos right here at these factories. There isn't that much farm, as you can see right now. Noel Miller, he's only sitting on the legendary burst. There we go. Finds another chest, and he's got the scoped AR.
We'll go to this little.
So you find yourself 200 points down. You have about 14.5 minutes left remaining before the final objective. What do you do in this point? I'm gonna throw the analysis game. If you're Coach Jamerson for a minute, all right? You got yourself your timeout, 2 of 3. We're just over the halfway point, so you're coming out of the first half. What's your locker room talk right now, James?
Honestly, regardless of the half, I just try to go for the high eliminations per minute game, right? That's the easiest way to secure points, and you're not wasting time, honestly. Sure, you can spend another 10 minutes trying to get first place, and that gives you 150 points, or you can spend those 10 minutes getting 15 eliminations. Honestly, I would put basically my destiny in my hands doing that. But hey, there's a point. Going over to Noel Miller, he got that kill. It was a solo on top of the island.
Yep, so now he's going to try to see if he can use his AR just to get as many shots as possible. A shot comes out, that's not going to be working in his favor, but he is able to get the full clean on that player, thankfully so. Doesn't have to worry about the extra down, so it does look like he's got a gold scar. Yeah, that's going to be a gold scar. It's not a silent scar either, so it's going to have a little bit better bloom. Still doesn't have a lot of mats, and now it's the quest to find yourselves a shotgun.
Yeah.
As many of us have had
He's got
many a times.
3 different kinds of ARs at this point, and that's great, I guess. But you definitely want the shotgun if you're going to take the close-range battles. Even that pistol is not great for him at all. He's going to want to upgrade that to an SMG of some sort if he can right now. He's trying his best to regroup with his team right now, DeAndre Washington, trying to figure out how to get up here onto the island now. But this is great for them because they are in the middle of the circle. They've also got the rotation of the mobility provided by, of course, the storm here. So they're not landlocked. They can just move on to whatever part of the map that they want to.
All right, we're going to do the same thing, or we're just going to go right.
So the island finds itself over Loot Lake yet again. They did not drop Tilted from what I'm mistaken.
Oh, you got shotguns right there.
Oh, yeah.
My dude.
It's there. Did they? They didn't drop tilted, did they?
It didn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't
there was
think-
like 86 remaining when we
Yeah.
first
Okay. Yeah. I think
tuned
they
in.
just like
Yeah.
mistimed the
You can
drop
just jump.
over to
You
floating
just
island.
jump off,
But
yeah,
still,
and
we're
float.
okay. Yeah, we're getting confirmation
Yeah,
they
man.
didn't drop. They
Okay,
actually
yep.
still
Perfect.
they kind of did like a delayed drop over to floating island.
Yeah.
Able to go now. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get the objective. They actually have to drop there. Oh, misses the shotgun shot, but it's a calamity shot to the face.
That blue pump.
Yep.
But he finds another party coming in.
Trying to see if he can get one. Building's got to have to be careful. He's got literally no mats left. As now he's going to try to see if he can reload that pump. Oh, a little bit of fall damage. Every HP counts at this point in time. But when you're able to hit shots like that, things don't matter as another kill goes into the hands of Noel Miller. He's now netted himself 4 in this game, is able to get them another 15 points and has some bandages to get himself back up.
Yeah, so now they're down by 140 points, but they are here in
didn't
Tilted
expect
Tower.
more
So
than
regardless of the
2
time of the map or time of the game,
No, I got
people
it.
do
I got
rotate
2
in, so
kills.
you'll kind of continually funnel in and find more eliminations.
That's
But if we take a look at Trent Taylor and Morgausse, it looks like they did have to reset once
Okay,
again.
you know what?
So they are
I'm
getting
on my
eliminations
play.
every time they go into a
run up
game,
this
but they haven't been able to get like the placements quite yet. Nothing like a second place like DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller were able to secure a few games ago.
So now, again, they're not going to be able to get the points because they didn't drop Tilted Towers.
Right below you.
But
Yeah, that is
thankfully-
important.
Yeah, it's very important. There are still 32 players left
We're
alive,
just gonna
so
go jump off this building. So
things
we
are
start
starting to
over.
look a little difficult for them. Though being 140 points behind is
Man.
not, again,
Ah.
something that's overcomable. We
Decent
can't
drop,
stress
too.
enough the comeback that
We
we
got the
saw
in
last
tilted.
week be able to happen. So now
Yeah,
comes
it's
down
that
to-
Just so we can
15-minute,
get
last
back in here
2-minute
and try to
push,
run a
right?
challenge.
Yeah, and for those of you that also are taking place in the voting is still live and open for our final objective. Now remember, the last part of this is run someone over with the quad crasher, do a lap around the Paradise Palms track in a vehicle, or light a campfire on Tomato Temple while it's in the storm. So there are options. There are still opportunities
Yeah.
for you to
Make
get
sure-
yourself to vote in.
To do your civic duty.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Oh,
is.
wow.
Vote.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
he was
no.
nice.
Yeah, they
He
just got
vote.
wiped out in Tilted Towers. The Tiny Kings on the left there.
was
As,
nice, man.
ooh, we had a hot drop by Trent Taylor and Morgausse. Morgausse's already down, so it's going to be up to Trent Taylor to try to get back up. But, I mean, this could honestly just be a quick reset and do it again. Go again.
I'm actually curious on the thought process of DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller. We might be able to talk to him in a couple seconds and actually see, how they're feeling and what they're going to do with this 140-point deficit as, things find themselves in a difficult position for them. Again, for you, I kind of want to agree with what you were saying earlier of at this point in time, you find yourself down now
got
less
a
than
gun?
25 minutes. It's all
Yeah.
about the kills. It's all
Yeah.
about those eliminations.
So you just have to slay. You just have to.
think it's coming soon.
Because remember, once you hit about the 20-minute mark, that means, well, you can't play another game, essentially. Or if you're trying to get those placement matches,
come back.
it's nearly impossible once you hit that 20-minute mark.
Hold on, I need to use
Morgausse just got res, but he was able to instantly get the knock onto his opponent there.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and we actually can talk to DeAndre Washington, Noel Miller right now. We've got them on the line. Guys, you
Yeah.
find yourselves down 155 points with 24 minutes left remaining. What's the strategy now as we're coming in pretty close to the fourth quarter?
We're gonna go ahead and take Tilted right this second.
All
I
right,
don't know if
Alright.
we'll win it, but
that's the strat. Just
The-
get the frags as much as possible, right?
yeah, and hopefully maybe get the challenge.
Yeah, DeAndre, how's it feeling? Are you having to put Noel on your back here in these early part of these games?
Oh no, man, he's actually carrying the team right now, man. I'm just trying to help him out, any way I can. But we looking to come and take this win, though. We coming in, we're gonna get it at the buzzer.
All right, it looks like you guys are dropping in, so we're gonna leave you guys to that right now. And you know what? I like that. I
do
like that
too.
a lot. We just got to go for it. We got to go for that Hail
You
Mary
got to
throw.
go for it, and it's great actually when you think about it because you think about kind of they're having. We're gonna let them get back in the game. You guys can see it on your screen right now. They have pulling
right,
themselves
brother.
back into Tilted and already.
Oh, I'm missing. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm missing bad.
Oh, and he's sticking up
34
against
oh,
the
no.
shotgun too.
Oh no. Well,
He had the
oh no!
right
Oh, the
side
reload!
peek.
Oh, is it about to be? All right, it's not. Thankfully,
There's another
though, he's got to
person
be
here.
careful. Another person there. He's gonna have to try to see if he can get an extra one.
Oh,
Oh, no! The old switcheroo
One right
comes
here,
out. You can
yep.
see the jest and the laughter coming out of Noel. Now, It's a time where he's got to try to see if he can beat him down to get the gun. Instead, Kaiba.
He was trying to get the confirm, right? He was trying to get the confirm. He's not thirsting. Sorry, but these are for actual points here. Things matter.
This is for charity, guys.
This is for charity.
There are no rules when charity
Thirst
is
for
involved.
charity.
Thirst for charity. It's the newest hashtag. Take it to Twitter. TNF, thirst for charity, guys.
Still, though, 155 points down. They have 7 minutes to try and run tilted before the next objective comes in. Trent Taylor and Morgausse right now on the opposite end. They are sitting pretty, almost at 500 points, 495 right now. And the bus is directly over Tilted Towers. So I imagine, yep, the markers are there. They're going to drop for it.
Anytime you find yourself where a hot drop is necessary, you are hoping and praying for the fact that you're going to get a bus path right over that area. For those of you that are familiar and still learning some topics when it comes to Fortnite, the farther away you drop from the bus, the less you're going to have. But when you're directly over, things are going to happen. Let's listen in. They seem excited.
Oh, dude, not a chance. Not a chance. I'm bailing.
I fell to my death.
Did you just fall? I just heard somebody laugh.
Not funny.
Are they laughing at you?
They're laughing at me.
That's amazing. I need it.
I'm calling to you, man.
Out of my freaking way. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, where you at?
Alright, we're back in this. That didn't happen.
Uh-oh.
Not like this, dude. He's right behind you.
Oh, shoot.
What is he doing?
Jeez! No way, dude.
I hit him for so much, too. I had no ammo.
Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
this game sucks. This game actually sucks.
Oh, tilted's out.
There's no way we got time. There's no way we got time now.
We've all been there. This
Yeah.
game sucks. We've all been there. You get frustrated. You get confused.
I mean, that first guy, he almost took him down. It was like a 50, 34. Like, it was a lot of damage.
I just want to point out again that Morg tried to get the full kill finish and too many pixels over the edge and found himself in a rough spot. But guys, if you want excitement, if you want action, well, you voted on the fact that everybody needed to drop tilted to get themselves some points. And as a result, every single team, it's all tilted all the time. Remember, get your votes in. If you are on mobile and you're watching, seems like they're playing some door games, make sure you hit the puzzle piece on your mobile app that will allow you to click onto the extension and vote for those final objectives. Guys, 4.5 minutes until that closes, and we find ourselves with the final objective for the final 15 minutes of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be all tilted until then. Like you had said, there's 4.5 minutes left now as we take on look at the Tiny Kings currently, Noel Miller and DeAndre Washington. They're not dropping L's, they're dropping fake L's right by the clock tower here, and they're making their way on through the building, slowly clearing it out, but their loot doesn't look too fantastic. They do have the Snickers, they've got a blue bolt on Noel, or excuse me, blue burst on Noel. Oh, he's tagged someone and spotted one out. You know, it's really great information scouting with the use of that.
Wow,
So now he has 11 bullets, a dream, and a burst rifle. As now the hunt for more.
Anything.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just anything at this point in time. Remember, 3.5 minutes left remaining until they land. So this, I think, is going to be pretty much like their last-ditch effort. You can hear the shots. You can hear the explosions happening all around. He got himself some bullets, so now it's 53 bullets, a burst rifle, and a dream. So your chances are improving dramatically. As now, again, it's trying to find himself another weapon, preferably a shotgun, that he can find to get himself some eliminations. As DeAndre is just, you know, following right behind.
Yeah, it's a quick rotate over to the pawn shop here. One chest, we'll see if he gets the one behind the... He does, okay, right underneath the stairway. Got both chest spawns.
on down
Green,
here.
green us. AR. I'll take that over the blue burst.
He's also got himself a hunting rifle, which for those of you that frequent Fortnite quite often, does give you the quicker reload than the bolt action. So it gives you some opportunity to kind of get some good peek shots through. So an opportunity for him is now we find ourselves back on to DeAndre Washington. And, I've seen it from Trent. I've seen it from DeAndre. These guys are laser focused right now.
Oh, yeah. They want to win.
hoping
It
is
doesn't matter
everybody
what the
will
game
fight each
is.
other.
It could be football. It could be Fortnite. It could be handball, right? They could be playing hopscotch. They're going to want to win. But it's Tilted Towers. Again, anything can happen. You have to clear out so many angles as you try to win this area. They do have a few more moments before the storm starts coming in. It's 45 seconds now, but they've only got 2.5 minutes to try and secure this objective. So, I mean, as long as they have it to themselves, it's going to be for them. Right now, though, the next mission, honestly, is try and get some more shields. Noel Miller is sitting on 50, but it's DeAndre Washington who's in dire need of
And
the
he needs
shields.
to pop that full. He needs to pop that full med kit as well.
Yeah.
23 health is a lot more than you might think about.
It's an extra bullet.
It's a whole bullet.
Yeah.
It's a whole bullet, and that bullet could decide essentially your life and death in a lot of situations. And so now we get ourselves back. I do love the combo, Bonesy and the level 2 Calamity.
It's like Sweet Home, Alabama.
Hey man, don't you be.
Oh, I'm building up.
Actually, no. You can say anything you want about Alabama as long as it's bad.
What are you talking about? That's wholesome, though.
Now,
A dog.
Oh, I'm gonna ask
Your
my
Dixies.
question.
yeah, but as
Yeah.
someone that grew up in Tennessee,
Oh, okay.
Alabama's
All
the
right.
worst university you can think of. It's not gonna happen.
It looks like another reset's coming out on the side
gosh.
of the Louisianimals, by the way. Trent
man,
Taylor and
they got a lot of
Morgausse,
points.
but they are still racking up the
gotta try to
points.
get this.
555 right now, 200 points in the lead over Tiny Kings on the left here.
Okay, you
And
know
again,
what?
Miller.
You know
it's
what?
not overcomable.
Did you see
You
it?
think
See
about
that?
what it has:
I mean,
150
anywhere?
points for a win, 100 points for second place,
Med kit?
as well as an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
opportunity to
clean
get
it
yourself
up
that
to me?
final
Yeah.
objective. Could put you 200 to
back
200
right here.
points. That's not including
right
the
here.
extra eliminations that you
corner.
could have as well. So
Yeah.
Drop
an
it.
opportunity is there.
It's not out of the
Drop
question.
weapons?
Definitely not. Definitely not out of the question here at all. We got to see
just
last
that
week.
one,
Again,
I'll tell you, they don't know
it was a
where,
race
so
to the
we're fine.
finish. It really was. It came down to the last 8 seconds there.
no,
It
drop
looks
the
like...
They're actually having some fun conversation right now. I'm
Yeah,
not
those
too sure
strategies.
what it's all about. Let's actually listen in and see what some of these shenanigans
ask,
are.
ask
Shenanigans are
anybody
because it
there.
does look like DeAndre Washington doesn't have a really anything.
Oh, they don't. Hold on. Let me ask the chat. Hey, how do you drop something on PlayStation? PS4. Oh, okay. They said switch to it, and then press up on the D-pad. So not yeah. Oh, up, yeah, and then square. Up on D-pad and then square.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So they said, look, the storm is going to push everybody out, but I can survive with everyone gone with these because I got 2 med kits. Oh, snap. All right, they're on top of us. Be quiet. Be quiet. Yeah, crouch. All right. We just need everyone to leave. Stay. Go in that corner so you're not hit. Yeah. Perfect. That would be good right here. So everyone's gonna run over our house, and we just gotta not fight. Yes, sir. One minute left. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, we're good. We're good. Just stay right here. Stay right here. They're leaving. They're leaving. No. It's fine. No. So we want everyone to leave. Because what I'll do is I'll heal up. I'll keep healing. So you might die, but
Take one for the team.
yep, we got it. We got it. All right, let's just die. Let's just die right here. Let's just stay here. Actually, we'll do this a more fun way. Peep this. Oh, wait, never mind. We gotta stay. Hold up, we gotta stay.
strategic on it.
Yep. Now we gotta
So
wait.
last week, Gubba and
wanna
Will
make sure
Fuller
that
were the
performs.
200 IQ team, but I think we might have to give over the new mantle of the 300
yeah,
IQ
we got
team.
Dude, this is the way to do it.
swing
Who
this way.
cares about there is not a rule book that says this is how you win Tilted Towers. You can win Tilted Towers by being the last one alive there. And by golly, this is exactly how they're going to end up doing it because they're the last ones alive. And to maximize their efficiency as well, we won
Reset.
Tilted Towers. We build up and back to the load screen we go.
cool.
They get themselves
back
the
in.
100 points. They're still down 100 with
Nice.
12 and a half minutes left to go.
All right,
But
now
now
it's just
it's
business
time
as
for the
usual.
third and final objective.
The third and final objective, and that was what it came all came down to last week.
Run someone over with the quad crasher. We're getting word, so it's finding the quad crasher on the map and running somebody over with it. Probably the hardest of the three.
Yeah.
When you think about the three options that they had at their disposal.
I mean, the quad crashes just kind of spawn all over the map, right? You just got to look for that trailer, and you can pick it up.
Yeah, nice move, nice
Paradise
move.
Palms is pretty consistent to be able to
sold
try
out
and find
EPF.
one, I would say.
what? Who's winning?
North
Oh, yeah.
side of Tilted Towers is also where I find one pretty frequently. But instead, they're going to go ahead and looks like they might have split dropped.
Yeah,
As
now
we have Morgausse in Fatal Fields. I don't see. Oh, never mind. Trent Taylor is actually down. But yeah. So it's going to be Morgausse versus the world. He's already got one kill. He's finding some good meds right now. He's got the slurp popping, but he's going to go ahead and pop 2 more minis. So he's going to get some extra value out of that now.
Freak
He even
out
finds a
if the
half
just
shield, of
starts
course.
rising
Always,
up on it.
always.
Yeah.
After you pop something that's going to not be absolutely
Did someone-
maximizable.
Did I just see that right?
Crasher
Is
and get a
his
knock or kill.
interact button mouse scroll down?
I'm gonna go for
mouse
that.
wheel scroll down.
Instead
The
of
quad
going
crash?
with-
I wasn't actually paying
Yeah.
attention to that.
I'm sorry. That is complete and
vehicle.
utter tangent of everything that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
But if his interact button is
pretty crazy. I
actually
think I
mouse
know
wheel
Collins
scroll
did.
down,
Okay.
that's a very
That's the four-wheeler.
interesting.
Wait,
I've
so
never
you have
really
to,
seen that.
kill
Oh, no,
somebody,
that's
you
the
kill
pickup.
somebody,
That's
what,
the
you
pickup.
run
That's
them
the
over?
fast pickup.
It's yeah, if you run them over.
So
it's usually
when you get into a
instant
challenge
quad.
over a chest with
I've
somebody,
done this before. I'm experienced in quad.
or
quad
over
crashing.
like one loot spawn when you're
See
hot
what we can
dropping
do.
on something,
Okay.
Very
and you
interesting.
just
That's right.
mouse scroll
I
wheel
did a
down.
knock
Where it just
or
like
kill,
rolls
so
it
I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
continuously?
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah, because you're right. The Logitech G502 does that.
Oh, there's one right
All
there.
right.
I knew it.
Today I learned
Yeah.
it is the
Let's
power
get
of the
this pumpkin bread,
frames
dude.
on the
Let's
quick pickups.
go.
Is now we find ourselves
happen.
where Morgausse is alone.
He's found it.
He has found it. It does look like Grandpa's RV decided to go hang out with the quad crasher. Unfortunately, he's going to scuff up his uncle's sports car there.
Now we
But
just
now
gotta find an unsuspecting player.
You heard it there.
You heard him. Gonna find an unsuspecting player. I honestly think it would be better
ever-
if he just like
did you-
knocked someone and did
You
it.
just
have you ever
gotta
ran?
just
You ever
go
ran around with
right at
a
'em and-
maybe not?
It depends.
Granted,
If they
quad
look
crashers
good-
I don't
if
think are
Yeah, if
legal
they
in
look
the
good,
states
I'm
at all.
probably
But
not going to.
ever
If
found
they
yourself
look
riding around with
kinda
an
bad,
ATV or anything?
I'm
I
just
have
gonna
not
go
been
for
able
it.
Really?
to buy an ATV yet.
Yeah.
Wow, I think that just proved how southern I realized it. We had 3 of them on our farm.
At least.
No, we actually
Minimum.
we had 3 of them on the farm.
Okay.
I'd like invite my friends over from down the street. They would
See
ride
if I
their
can-
ATVs
let's see
over,
if I
and
can do a
we would
scout
go
maneuver
like
right here, see if I
racing
can
in the
see
mud
them.
in the back of like my property.
With like an inner tube.
That is.
No, we would
No,
just like
you didn't
all
like
be on ATVs.
have anyone hanging off from the side or in the back
Yeah.
off a rope in an inner tube.
Yeah, when it would snow.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Look, you guys are just learning everything. We don't need to watch the best
Ooh.
player in the summer
Oh.
skirmish,
There he
but we
is.
do need to watch an unsuspecting player. Remember, the quad crasher does go
Oh, he's
through
lining it up.
objectives.
He's lining it up. Oh no, he went behind the fence.
Oh, but
This is
thankfully,
like Jaws.
this is the quad crasher.
the quad crasher. Okay.
So it can go everywhere. So now it's just lining himself up. Remember, he doesn't have to kill him. He just has to run him over. He just has to hit him once. Come here, buddy. Can you, hello? Oh!
Okay.
This is GTA Fortnite edition. All he has to do is run into him. That's it.
Yeah. And he's lost track of
I
him
know.
now, though.
Oh, but speaking of which,
we got Mario Kart on
it
board
is.
now.
It's Mario Kart Fortnite edition.
Yeah.
It's the Omen and the double calamities
Stop shooting
now.
my quad launcher.
Don't let
Team 1 looks like they did get it, though, so that's going to be 100 points. Now they find themselves down only 70. However, Morgausse still has an unsuspecting enemy, as now the opportunity is, oh, where's he going to be? Oh, not going to be able to hit it. It doesn't turn very sharp.
No. Oh my gosh,
Oh
that was
my
so
gosh.
close. And he's trying so hard, and this guy,
Oh!
he hits
Wait, no,
it.
did he hit it?
He hits it.
He
He
hits
sent
it?
him sky.
All right, he hit him sky high, and that's going to be 100 points now.
There we go. He got the kill.
He got the
Dude,
kill. He
that
gets
was
it. So just when you thought
Let's
all was great
go,
for the
dude.
Tiny Kings,
my
unfortunately, the Louisianimals take themselves up,
home.
get
So-
themselves
That's
another 100
that's
points,
100 points
and
right there.
find themselves the extra 15 with the elimination. It's now 185 points for the Louisianimals.
Yeah, and we still have 8 minutes of regulation play. With 28
that was
players
clutch.
remaining,
Heck
Morgausse can
yes,
still end
dude.
this,
Heck
right? He
yes.
can
Now I'm
still
about to frag
finish
out. Let me
and
get a
place
victory royale.
in this game. I don't know if you try to go for the reset and go for the eliminations and continue to build that lead right now. That's what Noel Miller needs. He desperately needs to get both. He already got the objective, but he needs to get that extra 150 points from placing first. So that's very important for him. He needs
Let's
to
go, we're
survive
up to
throughout this and
185
actually
now.
get that victory royale.
Yeah, at this point, with all the objectives down, 7.5 minutes remaining, it's all about getting the victory royale. But, I mean, you have to think about it as well. 7.5 minutes is not a full game.
man, it ain't
So I
charged.
think if you're DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, you find these hot drops, you stop at these hot drops, you get yourselves 3 or 4 or 5 kills, and then
Yeah,
you reset the
okay.
match.
And he was really far away from even getting at the top.
Yes,
I don't know
man.
if within 7 minutes he would have been able to finish out the game and get that victory. So now they just need to rack up eliminations.
Yeah.
They just need so many.
Hot drop, kill, reset. Hot drop, kill, reset. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only way you're going to find yourself in a good situation, because when you take a look at Morgausse and where he finds himself at, yeah, he's the only one left remaining, but he's one of the world's best when you think about these quick pickoffs. He finds himself in a build battle, has less than 200 mats, so it's going to be all about hitting himself the shots. He's going against another very capable builder, though, as he's going to try to
Edit.
see if he can get himself a quick edit, but no, he's going to fall down. 36 health left remaining, does still have the 38 shield, so that puts him in an effective 74. He's going to try to see if he can get himself a reset underneath the building.
Doesn't have any heals, though. So even though he's able to reset and kite away from his opponent, while he buys himself time here, he doesn't buy himself effective time because he doesn't have any extra shields, doesn't have any bandages or med kit. So this is not an effective reset.
There's 16 players left alive, though, Jamerson, so this still is an opportunity. If he can play the mental game, if he can outplay his opponent, which we can see kind of through the wood planks on the ramp right outside the
He's got
door.
8 walls.
Yeah, there's an opportunity for him to potentially get something. He's not too sure where he's at. He wants to try to get a couple extra mats. Still is sitting at about 7 mat worthy of stuff, so he's going to try to see if he can farm himself up a couple. Again, every single one of these matter.
Yeah, this has already been looted. I don't know if he's going to be able to find health at this point. He is basically just stuck at that 74 HP unless someone was kind enough to leave him a med kit, but it doesn't look like they were. He's going to try his best to farm up, and you can get decent materials out of here, but again, you're stuck here on the ground. He's going to try and set up a trap in case someone chases after him, but now the storm's closing.
The respect, though, that you see from him, he knows that he's going against another accomplished player.
Yeah.
He knows that he's going against someone that can have it. And when you get yourself at this caliber of play, you understand. Oh, no, that's not good.
And now he's down to about 8 walls total. Has to farm it up, has to get himself down.
You just quad crasher like vertical.
Right, you could try to wrap up, but again, it's just one shot. Right now, he's down to 59 HP total. A shotgun
Yeah, the
can
storm's
easily
coming,
finish
bro.
him off.
I know,
The storm
I'm not
is
happy
closing.
about it
Luckily, it's a slow storm, but it is about to close in on him, and his opponent has him just backed up into this corner.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what he has to say, what the thought process is going
5
on. You can hear the
minutes left.
conversations happen. So let's do one final listen in for the day and actually see what these guys' comms are going like as Morgausse now is forced out of the house.
This is a wild matchup right now. Oh my gosh. You gotta be quicker
Pick
than
up
that.
your friend, little buddy. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, give us 2 more kills. Give us a couple more kills.
I full killed one, but that guy's still alive.
How is he still alive? You got the other
I'm
one
gonna
too?
die. I'm gonna die if I stay here.
Yeah, get out of there. How is he chilling in there? You were smoking.
I know. I don't know. I'll take it, dude. Okay, we're ahead 100. I don't think they can.
700 to 600.
All right, come on out, little buddy. What are we doing here? No, he had to have died to storm, dude. 100%
Yeah,
he
that
died to
doesn't make
storm.
any sense.
3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
Did you get the kill?
I got a kill.
Oh, so you didn't get that second one?
No, I think he died to storm because I tagged him low.
They did the objective.
They just
like
did it?
we did. Yeah. Well,
There
it's
should still be
700
ahead,
to
though.
600.
Okay,
Yeah,
after
we're
the
up 100.
objective. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get another kill real quick.
3 minutes left in the whole game.
Yep.
All right, so they are now still in the lead,
pull out
but
something crazy
again,
and find
it's
somebody
that reset mentality for DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, right? They're trying to catch up. They're trying to get all the eliminations that they can, and they're going to be taking another drop here. While right now, it's a little bit deceiving because Team Louisianimals, Morgausse and Trent Taylor, they're very close to placing in this game.
It is now coming up on the 2-minute warning. As you talked about it, Jamerson, 85 points separate the win and the loss now as we find ourselves with an ice block. It is movement speed is the name of the game for Morgausse as he finds himself in a 1v7 situation. And, you know, this is where he could essentially close the deal. He gets himself a victory royale here. That's 150 points. That is the field goal to put him over the edge. And that puts you in a 2-possession game, which essentially ruins the day for Washington and Noel Miller as, of course, what better way to end it than to be going towards tilted?
I'm surprised he's coming in third partying against these people right now. He didn't have to, honestly. He could have just, taken it a little bit slow, waited for them to get into a more heavy engage, and then try to third party them. But instead, he instantly took shots at them and had them turn around on him. Right now, it looks like they are starting to turn their eyes towards him. He's about to get into a build battle, and he doesn't have many more mats left. He's got 9 walls total. Oh, he's trapped in. Traps on both sides. He's going to go down. It looks like they placed 5th. That's going to be another additional points added on to them, 25.
Yeah, so the best spike wins at this point in time as the trap doesn't end up taking him down. So that will essentially put them at pretty much the end, 725 points. I'm not too sure if there's enough time. You take a look over at Washington and Noel Miller, and essentially as the clock ticks down now, less than 60 seconds remaining, it seems as if we have found our winners.
Yeah, it is almost at that point where it is insurmountable unless somehow they get a hot drop and they pick up 8 kills. But again, they need to find the server, load into the server, drop out of the bus. 45 seconds remaining. This is a little bit anticlimactic, but this is kind of just how it works with the timing now. It's going to be the last 30 seconds just spent looking for a match, and it is just Morgausse and the Louisianimals taking this match with a 70-point lead.
And, let's kind of take stock of how we got to this point because it wasn't what we saw from the previous 2 weeks. I think it was a pretty solid combination.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just about the kills. It wasn't just about the finishes. And it wasn't just about the objectives. I think that this week is, where we're starting to finally see where both of these teams are starting to realize that it's kind of a good combination of all three. But as the timer ticks down, it hits 0. Tuesday night featuring Fortnite. The winners is going to go to none other than Trent Taylor and the Summer Skirmish Victor Morgausse.
Yeah, the battle for the Bay going over to the San Francisco 49ers for this one. So, yeah, they take the victory there. The Louisianimals will go ahead and take the victory for themselves. It was really close. There was a point where it looked almost out of reach, but those objectives.
It is. And you take a look as well. Trent Taylor carried his weight. We've kind of been looking and seeing, okay, clearly you have some accomplished Fortnite players. Morgausse, winning over $200,000 in the Summer Skirmish, still gives that opportunity for him to shine, still gives him an opportunity to show up. He had strict call-outs. He had specific plays that he was able to make, netted himself a couple eliminations in some instances. So he carried his weight. He did what he needed to do, caught the ball when it needed to be caught.
And again, this could have been a different story, right? Noel Miller, we were talking about that Wailing Woods finish at the northeast end of the map where they were still trying to get that first objective, get an elimination with the Splode. And he kind of overcommitted on that rocket launcher, try to get that last kill. But if he had just gotten the elimination itself, that's an extra 65 points. That puts a difference of about 15 points between them by the end of this game if they had gone that.
Yeah, it's crazy how tiny the advantages can really turn into a snowball in their favor. But as we get these winners' interviews queued up for us, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a couple minutes and listen to a word from Fanatics.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
You guys heard it, Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed gear from all your favorite players and teams, from the ones that you love. So now we find ourselves in a spot where we get to interview the delightful Trent Taylor and the delightful Morgausse. While we get that set up, again, let's talk about how we got here.
Yeah, again, we saw both teams at the beginning try to really utilize that first objective, get the explode kills. We saw that they had them in their inventory, whether it be the clingers, the rocket launcher, or the grenade launcher. It took a while for them to get the elimination, but I think these teams, both of them, really did focus heavily on getting those objectives throughout each 3 phases.
And I have to give a lot of credit to, on the other side, to DeAndre Washington and Noel Miller, something that we've been kind of, I don't want to say criticizing, it seems a little bit too harsh, something that we've been giving them constructive feedback on is if one of your teammates goes down, if one of your teammates gets sent back to the lobby, reset.
Yeah.
Get yourself in a situation where you have both members available. That's double the opportunities for eliminations. That's double the opportunity for points. Noel Miller and DeAndre, they were able to do that. They realized, all right, look, we need to quit. We need to go. And then, of course, the second objective, or the third objective, rather, or second objective, when it comes to winning Tilted, it's not just eliminations. It's just being the last one alive in the area, guys.
Play harder and play smarter at that point, and which is what they did. They tried to get the eliminations. It didn't work out for them, and so they just called an audible, and they said, hey, here's a 300 IQ play. Let's just wait it out, right? We do have, of course, that one objective that you can vote on, which is light a campfire in the storm at Tomato Temple. This is very close to it, where they're at Tilted Towers, and they just heal off in themselves, and then they reset after they know it's clear, and they've technically won it. They technically won it.
Well, as you've seen from week to week, we've been able to highlight some of the players that are playing in the following week's Thursday night football matches. Today, we saw the Oakland Raiders versus the San Francisco 49ers. Next week, our Halloween broadcast, as we All Hallows Eve, we'll find ourselves with the Carolina Panthers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to be a fun one. Any thoughts to you? Pittsburgh, Carolina, do you have a preference?
I like teams named after professions or occupations. So a Steeler, yeah, I'll definitely go for them. That's my mentality when I choose a team.
I have way too many horror stories and way too many just sad moments of the Indianapolis Colts, my favorite team, playing the Steelers.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say that's gonna be over there. I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers. But all right, enough about us. We can talk about us and our autobiography any day of the week. We want to talk to the winners. We want to talk to these guys. It's gonna be none other than the winners of our match. It was team number 2, Trent Taylor and Morgausse, the Louisianimals.
There we go.
How you feeling, guys?
Louisianimals in the building.
All right,
We're feeling
Morgausse.
great right now.
I got to ask you.
I'm good.
So that final challenge where you had to take the quad crasher and just try to run someone over, how difficult was that?
It was pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would Trent down. I mean, it was like there was no distractions. She was chasing me with the shotty. I don't know if you're watching, but I just kept circling him.
Yeah, you had to make like 5, 6, maybe 7 passes at the guy until boom.
Yeah, it was rough.
You finally
and he was just like standing there in the middle of nowhere, just trying to shoot him down.
Now, we do still have to give a lot of credit over to the Tiny Kings, DeAndre Washington, Noel Miller. You guys definitely held your own. The final score was 645 to 725, but I will say, when you guys got that final objective of being the only ones in Tilted Towers just by surviving, what was the thought process behind that strategy?
Well, I've seen many funny videos where people will give, they get the win just by sitting in the storm. And I remembered that I had seen 2 med kits. So I'm like, there aren't a lot of people that dropped here. So maybe we could snatch some stuff right here if I just sit in the storm. You know what I mean?
I saw the light bulb just lighting up right there. He's like, oh my God, how do we drop it? Okay.
I asked him before the broadcast, and we brought it up at the beginning, saying, Noel, are you going to bring out your crazy skills? And he said, I'm looking around in the closet. Might not have found the pro skills, but by God, he found the memes.
He found the play.
And when you find the memes,
that was a super smart play.
That was the play.
Thanks, bro.
So we'll flip it. We'll flip it back over to Trent. Now, you guys, you found yourself a win on this team. We kind of talked to you about it beforehand. Now, remember, you guys are playing each other next week. Any thought processes on what you're thinking about with this matchup against the Raiders coming up next weekend?
Hopefully, what happened tonight is just a little preview of what can happen on Thursday night.
Hey,
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hey now.
What about you,
I'm not
DeAndre?
about making a lot of talk. I just like to go out there and make it happen.
Yeah, I'm saying,
don't know,
well,
man.
I like
They're-
to do a lot of lip wrestling, but I think it'll be it's definitely gonna be one for the ages. Battle of the Bay. Looking forward to
Yes,
it.
sir.
There you
The
go.
last one ever.
All right, guys.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
I'll give you guys a last word right before we kick off. I'll start with you, DeAndre. Any last words or anything you want to say as we kick off for today?
I just want to thank you guys. It was a wonderful experience. Thank y'all for having me, and appreciate it.
Awesome. What about you, Trent? Any last words? Any shout outs to your Louisiana family?
Yeah, shout out to all the Louisianimals out there, man. We held it down for everybody in the boot. But
yeah.
appreciate y'all having us out. We enjoyed it.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. Congratulations again to the Louisianimals, Trent Taylor, Morgausse. We will talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
appreciate it.
Peace, boys.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to join the likes of Jay Ajayi, Pugh, along with Mika Fitzpatrick amongst our winners here in the Tuesday Night Fortnite. And, of course, Fanatics will be making a contribution to a charity of their choice. So this is all, fun and games, but also for charity at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's great, and we talked about it beforehand, kind of the camaraderie that we're building between these professional sports players and professional esports players as well. Morgausse easily can be held as one of the top Fortnite players in the space right now. So it's great to be able to see that kind of crossover and really have it as we find ourselves with this kind of fight for charity in a lot of ways. But any last thoughts? Any thoughts from you before we kick off, sir?
Honestly, I'm just ready for this weekend. I'm ready for next week where we have our Halloween broadcast. So that's going to be great.
Our
Yep.
Fortnitemares. Hashtag Fortnitemares as Fortnite is delightfully doing it. But guys, that's going to be it. That's going to do it for Tuesday night featuring Fortnite. This has been James. My name has been Jump, and we will see you guys next week.